Welcome back to Hockey Talk with Scott. We're going to be talking about the seventh team that will have the ability of drafting first overall in the NHL Entry Draft. We're going to be talking about the Minnesota Wild. Now, Minnesota is very, very interesting to me for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, Minnesota would absolutely love to draft Alexis Lafreniere, in my opinion. But unlike Winnipeg and Pittsburgh, who we've talked about in our couple previous videos, they have 2 first-round picks, and one of them is Pittsburgh's. Now, Pittsburgh, I doubt is going to surrender the number 1 pick for this year. They're going to take it, and then Minnesota will get the number 1 pick next year. But when you take a look at Minnesota's roster, outside of Kunin and Greenway, most of their forwards are set for next season. They've got solid forwards. Again, you can make the argument maybe they're not the right forwards because this is a team that did finish 6th in the Central. Koivu, Galchenyuk, who came over in the Jason Zucker deal, is going to be a UFA. I doubt Galchenyuk will be back. Koivu is a different story. Not sure what their face of the franchise is going to do. Minnesota also does have Kasparov that is coming in and probably will be in the lineup next year. So it makes a lot of sense for Minnesota if they get that first overall pick to not even think about it. Take Alexis Lafreniere, find a spot for him in the lineup, even if that means you have to deal a player because you need to fill in a couple other gaps here and there. Because they're at $65 million for next year on the cap, and that's not including Kaprizov's entry level. That'd be Lafreniere's entry level. You got to get Kunin and Greenway signed. I don't think either one of those deals are going to be overly expensive. I would say no more than 2.5 on a 2-year bridge deal for either one of those guys, just to see what they can bring to the table. But those are, in my opinion, this is a really nice spot to be in if you're Minnesota. You get the number 1 overall pick. You're going to be getting Pittsburgh's pick. If Pittsburgh does win the lottery, okay, you do move down into the teens, and you're taking a prospect. Still going to be a very good prospect, but you're not getting a guy that you can probably inject into your lineup. Potentially surround them with some guys. Now, Minnesota, and when I say surround them with some guys, you're talking about some older guys. Parise still has 5 years on his contract, and he's 36. Zuccarello is what he is. You do have Eric Stahl, Victor Rask, which looks to be not a very good contract at all. That would be, if I were Bill Guerin, that'd be the guy I'd be looking to see if somebody would take him off my hands, just to have that extra $4 million of cap to utilize it elsewhere. Maybe use that money to give it to Kunin and Greenway, and then you have your entry level for Lafreniere. I think, and here's the other piece that's good for Lafreniere, is that he doesn't have to be necessarily the face of the franchise, but he's a guy that, unlike some other teams like the Rangers, where he doesn't have to be the guy and he doesn't need to be the face, he doesn't have to be the guy right away, but he potentially could become the guy later on. So I think Minnesota makes a lot of sense to take Lafreniere, and I think he would fit in there quite nicely. These are my thoughts on Minnesota getting the number 1 overall pick. If you agree, disagree, please leave your comments down below. Please subscribe, click the like button for this video if you enjoyed this content. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.